You're going to be back to work by getting some features on the new website, letsgoracingparks.com. And you have a terrific story for this week, Dick.
Yeah, I talked to trainer Roger Brown, Keith, and he's going to explain. He had acid reflux 2 days in a row, and he said normally I would just go to the pharmacy and get something, but because I had the health insurance through the PTHA, I went to a doctor, and thank God he didn't.
The PTHA.
That's where the insurance comes from. The trainers all have cost-free medical insurance on the backstretch here at Parks, and that does not happen around the country.
Well, here's more with our man, Roger Brown.
Roger, a year ago, about this time, you had this acid reflux for a couple of days. Then what happened?
I went to the doctor because I knew something wasn't right because I had never had that before. She diagnosed, she sent me to a doctor that did an endoscope down my throat, and he found 2 cancerous tumors. And after that, they put me on radiation and chemotherapy, and 4 or 5 months later, they operated on me and took the 2 tumors out. Now I'm cancer-free.
And if you had not had insurance through the PTHA, your reaction to the acid reflux would have been what?
Go to the drugstore and get some Pepsodent, and probably 6 months later die.
So that tells you how important this insurance is. And you've been at a lot of racetracks, and you've never had it before through any horseman's organization, correct?
No, this is the greatest program ever invented for horsemen, and I just recommend all of them to take full advantage of what we got here, thanks to Mike Bellezzi.
Last Saturday, you had let the moose loose, win a race, and get claimed. Was that a little good therapy for you?
Well, actually, I won 2 races that day, and, well, it was probably the happiest day I've had in 2 years. It was, I can't tell you how good it was. It was really awesome.
Roger, how long have you been doing this, and why do you keep coming to the racetrack?
I started in 1973. My father and I owned a stable of horses. I trained for 15 years. He retired. I retired for about 20 years. When my father passed away, he left me a few dollars, and I bought 2 horses and been going strong ever since for the last 6 years.
Roger, what's it like to race here in Pennsylvania? I know you've raced all over the place.
I really enjoy racing here for number one. The purses are fabulous. You can't get this kind of money anywhere else. The only thing I don't like about it is I drive an hour and a half in the morning to work, and I drive home an hour and a half. But the benefits that I get from being here is well worth the drive.
Well, it's great to have a story like Roger to be able to share with the folks on the program. And Dick, we've talked about it for the last several weeks. The money that's generated from the industry here in Pennsylvania doesn't just go out the window to these guys in the winner's circle. Some of the stories and some of the things that happen with this money, and there is point A, B, and C right there.
Right, and we're going to give you another point next week. We're going to have a story on trainer Butch Reed, who runs a stable here, and he's going to explain where the money goes, the expenses involved in owning a thoroughbred horse, and how anybody that thinks there's all these rich people owning horses is seriously deluded. It's a game you got to love to be in it.